Morning, market snipers. Welcome back. This is Jesse again. Started right at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, right on the dot today. Not 20 seconds past, not 10 seconds past, but right on the dot. We're getting going. Welcome back, Javier. Good to see you back on the channel. Happy Hump Day. Yep, got it. Good morning, everyone. Aldo, good morning. Welcome back, John Pye. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Yeah. So shout out to Crypto Town Hall. They invited me on. I never even listened to their channels before because I don't spend too much time on the Twitter Spaces. But but they invited me on, so I went on the Twitter Spaces, Twitter X app Spaces this morning, 7:15 a.m. Right, 7:15 a.m. It was a little earlier than normal. Normally, I'm just diving into the charts early on. Wasn't expecting to talk. And then I didn't, right? I didn't talk, just listened to about 8 a.m. And then we were already running out of time. And I jumped on. And so shout out to Crypto Town Hall, Ran, Mario, and of course, Scott, too. They're all co-hosts over there. So anyways, we're going to finish our thoughts, though, right? We were just going to start getting flowing, and then we were running out of time. So we're going to finish our thoughts on, that we've been talking about in the live streams every single day here. So, it's nothing new for these live streams, but we're going to definitely finish our thoughts over here, and we'll see where it's going to go. But just wanted to kind of do a quick recap of that. And so we're going to get going here and jump right into the charts as usual. Just going to come over here and share this live stream real quick. There we go. So we're going to go over here, share that, and then we'll get going. All right, so the quick and dirty recap, right? We always like to do a quick and dirty recap, and so that's what we're talking about. Is since this pivot low, price was getting overextended. Price, you can see the orange candles. Price was getting overbought, right? And then we started calling out bearish divergence, right? So starting from October 25th all the way to January 8th, price is making higher highs, and the relative strength index, aka RSI, is making lower highs, right? So it's making lower highs, creating bearish divergence, right? And what we always talk about is that it can remain diverged, right? There's bearish divergence here, but there could be additional bearish divergence, and then there could be additional bearish divergence, and then the lower high is the higher probability that prices are going down and or seeing a sell signal, all kind of working out at the same time. And of course, we were talking about was MicroStrategy leading the way to the downside. There's a lot of similarities, and in hindsight, it turned out to be accurate, right? So obviously, we don't predict anything. Obviously, we don't have a magic crystal ball, but we're doing our best based off of patterns that we've seen, based off of our experience of trading Bitcoin since 2020, right? Yeah, I haven't been trading Bitcoin for 10 years. Man, I probably look like I was 80 if I've been trading for 10 years, but been trading it since 2020. And then 2021, I pretty much only traded Bitcoin, and I pretty much only traded Bitcoin with 10x leverage. And that was my main account on 10x leverage over there. So, that's the kind of, I think if I was doing that for 10 years, right? If I was doing that for 10 years, I'd probably look 80, and I wouldn't still look a little bit younger, right? I still look a little younger. I don't think I look my age 44, but that's my own mind, right? And that's all that matters, right? And I guess it matters if my wife thinks I look younger too. But so with that, good to see you back here, Rick's Moneymakers Helton. What up, Aldo? Talk to me dirty. So here we go, right? We're going to put on all the targets, and we're going to talk about just kind of finish our thought process, and then kind of talk about some of the charts that I want to talk about on Crypto Town Hall that I wasn't able to, which was Ethereum, DOT, Solana, and Cardano. I was prepared to talk about those because it's Crypto Town Hall. So I thought we were going to talk about Bitcoin. I thought we were going to talk about a few other ones, but the ETFs kind of stole the show on Crypto Town Hall. And I know everyone's excited about it. It's the new shiny object, but I thought we were going to be talking about Bitcoin and some of these other crypto assets, but maybe on the next one. I know they'll probably be on again tomorrow, but like I said, I'll be traveling. I'll be seeing I'm going to meet my mom in Minnesota, and then we're going to go hang out with my 92-year-old grandma and see if I can beat her in cards. So she beat me when she was 91. I beat her last time I saw her when she's 92. She's still 92. And so I'm show no mercy. Show no mercy. I'm going to do everything in my power to beat my grandma in cards, because if I don't, she will throw it in my face and she will laugh. Right. So I did the same thing to her last time. She did that when she was 91. She threw it in my face. She's like, oh, I guess I have the Joker on a string or a rope or whatever she said. I can't remember. And then, of course, I was giving it back to her this last time. And of course, nobody likes to lose in our family. And definitely nobody likes to get, trash talked to. So grandma literally said, that's enough. Right? That's enough. I guess I took it too far in the trash talk to my own grandma. No one is safe. Right? So here we go. After the bearish divergence, we were talking about how this was a bearish daily candle, very similar to MicroStrategy. And then we had the sell signal the next day on the sharpshooter candles over here, very similar to MicroStrategy as well. And then after it came down, it looked like it was starting to put in this bear flag. The bear flag is still in play, in my opinion, right? So whether that price kind of bounces back up into the trending dots, right, gets a little bit of a bounce back up, take some time off the clock again, or if it just kind of fizzles out here, even at target 2, then we could see it come back down and hit target 3. We have two major reasons. There's several other reasons why, but there's two major reasons why price would come back to and hit target 3. And Bitcoin's hit target 3 many times in the past, right? So it doesn't mean it's going to this time, and it might not happen overnight. It could always rally all the way back up, right? It could always rally back up and then come back down, because I think this correction takes a little bit longer than what people think, right? And that's actually more painful than the actual price going down for most people. You got the perma bulls thing is going to 100,000 tomorrow or 2 years ago, right? And then you got perma bearish thing, it's going down to 10,000, 4,000, and even 0 for the last year while it's been rallying. And really, it's somewhere in between, right? It's somewhere in between. That's why we take our swing trading approach here. And I think, it could go through the correction for the next, couple weeks, maybe a month, maybe even 2 months, right? Could even go for a longer correction prior to the next possible buy the dip scenario before the halving. So that's still our main scenario that we've been talking about for a long time now. So we've been talking about it, been covering. So two major reasons down here. In my personal opinion, I don't think we clear out the bearish divergence until we're back below $35,000. And that's what I also mentioned on the Crypto Town Hall. I don't think we clear it out. And there's multiple reasons to hit target 4 as well. Remember, this is longer term target 4. Bitcoin hit that. Will Bitcoin hit shorter term target 4 to the downside? There's several reasons why it could. There's several reasons why it could hit target 3. So in my opinion, I don't think the correction is over. And it doesn't mean that it's going to hit straight there. Typically, we see bounces along the way, right? But the daily chart is still bearish. And as you progress through the charts, right, there is a pending sell signal on the 3-day chart now. So we had bearish divergence on 3-day chart. Yeah, I'm pulling up the 3-day chart. Here we go. We got bearish divergence on the 3-day chart. We had a reversal candle on the 3-day chart. And now we have a pending sell signal on the 3-day chart, which what this signals to me is that it's not going to just be a quick flash crash down to 34,000 and then we go straight up to $100,000, right? So that's what you that's what I kind of see in my feed for Twitter Spaces, not Twitter Spaces, but the Twitter X app and YouTube and stuff like that. I kind of see people talking about that all the time. And with these higher time frames, like the 3-day pending sell signal, there's no pending sell signal on the 4-day yet, or the weekly chart. But there was a huge bearish red candle on the weekly chart that looked just like the daily chart. We talked about it. We covered it. This would be the third red candle in a row, assuming it closes red after 8 consecutive green weekly candles in a row, consolidated. And now we're working on our third, because it was a massive move up. It was a massive pump up with the anticipation of ETF approval. And here we are, right? Upon ETF approvals, Price got rejected. It was overdue anyways. Price was overbought. There was, as you can see here, it was even overbought on the weekly chart. And so after pumping all the way back up, closed back below, and here we are. So that's what we're going to keep with our main thoughts. And now with these higher time frames, like the 3-day starting to roll over, the weekly chart had a bearish candle, right? All that stuff. MACD crossovers, all that stuff, right? So you got the MACD 3-day chart had a bearish crossover. MACD 4-day had a crossover. The 5-day has a pending crossover, right? So even the 5-day chart has a pending MACD bearish crossover. So we're not going to go straight up to $50,000. We're going through a correction, and with these higher time frames, like the weekly chart and the 5-day chart and the 4-day chart, it signals to me that this could take at least a couple weeks, if not a couple months, to kind of play out. And then, kind of play out to what we've been talking about is, price comes up, hits this target, comes back down for the next buy the dip scenario. However that plays out, we'll watch on lower time frames, and then comes out heading into the halving as the next possible buy the dip scenario. Maybe it looks more like, comes down, right? Battles down here, puts in a bottoming phase, and then starts to come back out prior to the halving in March, maybe something like that, right? So that's what we're kind of watching. And that's what we're going to continue to see how it plays out over here in real time every single day on these live streams. For that, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, and help me help you, right? Help me. Help you, help me. Blessed for life, laugh out loud. Yep. Show no prisoners, even my 92-year-old grandma, because if I don't give her a hard time, she'll give me a hard time and beat me in cards, right? So that's what I was taught growing up. So, it's ingrained into me. They created a monster. They created a very competitive monster. I have a huge family, both on my mom and my dad's side, and the immediate family is pretty big too. And they're relentless, right? You got to have thick skin. You got to have thick skin in my family, and they will take you to the cleaners if you let them. So I had to be able to push back to about, 100 family members, right? If they all start ganging up on me, then I had to be able to push back and put them in their place and stop them in their tracks. So that's what they created, a monster, a competitive monster, right? So here we are. Let's move on to Ethereum, though, because we didn't get a chance to talk about it on Crypto Town Hall. Also had a sell signal on Ethereum. And last week we were talking about, was Grayscale Ethereum Bitcoin Ethereum Bitcoin Trust. Was Ethereum Grayscale Trust leading the way on Ethereum? Because Ethereum Grayscale Trust had a sell signal last week before Ethereum had a sell signal, right? So we were talking about that and we covered it. And I did a side-by-side comparison. There's a sell signal back here on Thursday, the 18th, I believe. I have to double check, but don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure it was the 18th. We pointed out there was a sell signal on Ethereum Grayscale. And then, of course, Ethereum followed it. So I said, is the tail wagging the dog, right? So that's Ethereum. Morning, Jesse. Can you cover Litecoin today for yesterday? Okay, we'll circle back. Thank you in advance. You got it. Yeah, we'll circle back second half of the stream. If you're new to the live stream, we're going to go in the charts heavily, 15 to 30 minutes. And then the second half of the live stream, we're going to do a lot of requests. And we're going to chart your requests and then answer any questions to the best of our ability over here. Ethereum has hit 2 targets to the downside, just missed target 3. And, MACD. Let's get rid of the MACD. We don't trade based off the MACD, but, it was one of the first indicators that I had on my charts when I got started. And it's one of the most popular indicators for beginners and stuff. So I do leave the MACD on there, but it's not part of my trading strategy, FYI. Ethereum bearish divergence hasn't been cleared yet, in my opinion. Could come back down to target 3. And then, of course, there's a target 4 on here for a reason. So 2 out of the 4 targets has been hit so far. And the reason why I'm talking about Ethereum bearish divergence hasn't been cleared, in my opinion. Bitcoin bearish divergence hasn't been cleared yet, in my opinion, based off of the daily chart. And one of these crypto assets has, right? So that's why I'm bringing it up. DOT has hit 3 out of the 4 targets to the downside so far. In my opinion, the bearish divergence hasn't been cleared yet. Will it? We don't know. We put this arrow out here for the next possible buy the dip scenario. We will see how it plays out. Solana, in my opinion, the bearish divergence hasn't been cleared out as of yet and has only hit 2 out of the 4 targets to the downside so far. Will it hit target 3? Will it hit target 4? We even put it on target 5. Probably most likely might not be hit, but we do have 5 targets on a lot of these crypto assets, but they rarely get hit. They do get hit. That's why we have them, but we'll just leave 4 targets for now, and 2 out of the 4 targets have been hit, and the bearish divergence hasn't been cleared as of yet on Solana. Cardano is one of the crypto assets that the bearish divergence has been cleared already, and 2 out of the 4 targets have been hit so far. But there's a confluence area down here, target 3, and of course there's target 4 as well. And we'll be watching to see if the next buy the dip scenario plays out, right? To where, whether it finds support at target 2 and bounces, target 3 or target 4, we will adjust accordingly in real time. That is Cardano. That's what I was going to cover on Crypto Town Hall, but we ran out of time, like I said, and maybe on the next one, I had to decline Thursday and do it today because, like I said, I'll be traveling tomorrow. So maybe, if they got me on the list, right, maybe I could jump into the charts a little bit deeper and a little bit harder, a little bit faster the next time they have me on, possibly next week. Who knows, right? Who knows? Let them know. Let them know. Sand, right? Sand. We're going to keep going here. We're going to keep going to crypto, and then we're going to switch gears over to the NASDAQ that keeps pumping over there. And the Magnificent Seven, right? Magnificent Seven, many believe that the Magnificent Seven is running the NASDAQ, right? Running the NASDAQ prices, and the Magnificent Seven is pumping today. So we're going to dive into all that. We're just going to finish up a couple more crypto assets. Sand's another one where the bearish divergence has been cleared and has hit target 4. Not once, but twice. Hit target 4 back here on January 8th, came back down and hit it again. And in my opinion, the bearish divergence has been cleared, right? So we'll be watching carefully. We'll be waiting for that next possible buy the dip scenario. When that is, we don't know, right? The trending dots are still trending downward. Not bearish. The trending dots are still red, and it's still bearish on the daily chart over here. Let's just for fun, let's take a look at the 5-day. The 5-day chart even has a pending sell signal, so it could take some time to play out over here. If you bought at target 1, you're already down, right? If you bought the dip here, you're down 27%. If you bought the dip here, target 2, you're down 20%, right? Buy the right dip, right? You buy the dips all the way down, you've got no more dry powder for when the real dip happens, right? Buy the right dip. Hashtag buy the real right dip. You got it. Awesome playing cards with grandma, family. Yep. It's even better when you beat grandma. And don't feel sorry for her because she's 92. She is ruthless. At 91, she took me out in cards and threw it in my face, right? But exciting times. We're going to take her out to dinner, me and mom. Before my wife, they were my 2 favorite ladies, right? They're my 2 favorite ladies in the world, my mom and grandma. But now the wife has catapulted her way up to number 1. And then you got mom and grandma at 2 and 3. So we will see them. We're probably going to take grandma to the casino. We're going to break her out of the assisted living facility, and we're going to take her to the casino. She likes to play those penny slot machines, like many older people do. So that's our plan. Take her out to dinner, eat way too many batter fried cheese curds, and break her out of the assisted living, play her in some cards, hopefully beat her, and then of course take her to the casino and let her play those penny slot machines. I hate them personally, but whatever makes grandma happy, we'll play some penny slot machines with her, right? So that's about it on that. Let's see. Mana breaking down again. Broke down further, pumped back up, hit this trend line again, right? So still waiting for that possible buy the dip scenario. Mana, let's see, has it cleared out? Yep, cleared out the bearish divergence in my opinion, right? In my own personal opinion. Doesn't mean prices can't go lower, but that's a positive sign. Chainlink also cleared out bearish divergence in my opinion. 2 out of the 4 targets have been hit to the downside. It's possible it goes lower. Near has not cleared the bearish divergence, in my opinion, right? Could see lower prices, could see the fourth target get hit. There was a target up here, but I removed it. So target 2, target 3, possibly target 4 are near. Matic has cleared out the bearish divergence on the daily chart. And this was the 4th out of 4 targets to the downside as well, right? So that's Matic. Please, market makers, push BTC to $30,000. Yeah, I don't know if it will. In my personal opinion, I think it will find support at target 4. Maybe it doesn't even hit target 4, but I'd be surprised if it doesn't clear out the bearish divergence and hit right around target 4. But I'm not sure it'll go down to $30,000. But there are reasons why it could. I think it's a lower probability, right? It's a lower probability, but it could go down to $30,000. There are reasons for $30,000, but I'm going to leave my target 4 where it is. I'm not going to add a 5th target yet. I already know where the 5th target is, where it would be, but I'm just going to worry about target 5 if target 4 gets hit and starts to break back down. Then we'll put it on. Then we'll talk about $30,000. But until then, target 4 is below 35,000. Awesome, Jesse. Precious time, truly the good old days. Yep. I have 2 grandmas that are 92, but a little bit more difficult to go see my second grandma. She's out in Boston, and so I should make a trip out there as well. I typically go see. That's my dad's mom. My mom's mom is in Minnesota, and it's just easier. And then we get to see a lot more family as well. But I definitely got to go see her as well. She says she's gonna knit me a quilt at 92. She's rolling. We're still got her working over there. When is bearish divergence cleared? I'm gonna save that, Aldo, for recorded coaching, right? I have 60 plus hours of recorded coaching over here at Market Sniper. I'm not going to give out all the secrets, all the details. In my personal opinion, I discovered this, right? It's my claim to fame. I discovered this, that divergences could actually give you a price target. And it's played out time and time again, even with crypto going back to 2020, since I've been trading it. Based off of that, I've called out when some of the crypto assets that would retrace like 70% in the bull market based off of divergences. And so I'm just going to leave it for that. But yeah, you could join over there. And, I think even in the regular Discord, I have like a shorter video on it, like a 10 to 12 minute video. So for $29, you could go find out. But if you want to take a deeper dive on it, then you have to go over to the recorded coaching over there. And that's $79 a month to learn for 60 plus hours over there. But the Discord has a shorter video on it. And I've never seen it before. You can't find it in books, I don't think. I've never seen that you could see price targets based off of divergences. And so that's my only personal claim to fame, that I believe that I came up with that. And, if someone else has, I'd be surprised. But anyways, let's keep going. When is bearish divergence cleared? Good question, though. Sure, by the way, I saw you on there. I saw you on the Crypto Town Hall over there. Good to see you back here. Aldo, I won't tell. Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah, you don't have to tell people, but you have to learn it first. So, anyways, that's crypto. Let's switch over to Nvidia. Pumping hard, right? I can't wait. I hope crypto gets another bull run. I hope Bitcoin hits these similar Abercrombie and Fitch targets, aka ANF. It consolidated at target 1 for the longest time. It's ultra bullish on the weekly chart, and it's closing in on Abercrombie and Fitch target 2, right? So just to quickly point out, though, that Abercrombie and Fitch, right? Abercrombie and Fitch is above target 2, and it still is going parabolic, right? So it doesn't mean the video can't go higher. I'm just saying that here are 2 references where price took out the former all-time high. Nvidia consolidated here and is pumping and pushing towards target 2. And Abercrombie and Fitch is leading the way above Abercrombie and Fitch target 2. Nvidia is closing in on Abercrombie and Fitch target 2 after taking on the former all-time high in 2021. and then consolidating at target 1, and is still ultra bullish on the weekly chart and is going parabolic. I'm seeing many perma bears shorting it all the way up. They're putting in more and more and more option shorts. They cannot believe it. And it's adding fuel to the short squeeze. It's creating fuel to the fire over there, and it's going parabolic. I'm not shorting NVIDIA when it's ultra bullish going parabolic. That just does not make sense whatsoever. I would be waiting for a higher probability reversal, and that's not it right now. I'm not shorting Abercrombie and Fitch. I'm not picking tops. I would be waiting for a higher probability reversal. It would take some time to play out, and it's rocking and rolling right now. Let's drop back down the daily chart. Some of these Bitcoin mining stocks are getting a little bit of a bounce. We kind of talked about it. It could come over here like this. Talked about it when price was down over here. It was coming down. Said it could bounce back up over here on Bitfarms. Put in a lower high, come back down, and it's kind of playing out like that still, right? Still kind of playing out like that. Whether it plays out exactly doesn't really matter to me. It's more about the idea that it's going to take some time, in my opinion, to play out for a correction. And wherever that higher low is, whether it's down here, whether it's up here, or this is going to be the higher low, wherever that is, that would be the next buy the dip scenario for me on Bitfarms. So just kind of waiting and watching. Remember, the trending dots are way back here. Could just be taking some time off the clock. Prices could go lower, right? So we're still watching it. They're all going to look very similar, so we don't need to go into all of them. CLSK is at 3 out of the 4 targets to the downside, kind of letting the trending dots catch up. This was a bear flag, and it looks like it played out. It looks like the bear flag played out. You can kind of map it out like this and just kind of a brief moment, right? So will Bitcoin bear flag also play out, take price slightly below the third target, similar to CLSK? It's a possibility, right? It's a possibility. We've got the bear flag possibly going slightly below the third target. Maybe it finds support, bounces back up into the trending dots, right? Bitcoin can come back up here first and then come back down, right? That's a possibility. But so we'll continue to watch it. And some of these other ones might give us a clue of what might be happening. Marathon Digital. And then let's switch gears over here let's go to the Magnificent Seven and flip over to there. They're up right now, right? So they were kind of flat yesterday, but let's take a look at the daily chart. Again, NVIDIA is ultra bullish. Meta is ultra bullish, making all-time highs. Amazon is bullish. Amazon's not making all-time highs, but it's the highest it's been for a long time, for a couple of years. So it's going to be probably be closing in on the former all-time highs. If you kind of zoom out here in the weekly chart, it's still bullish, right? Hasn't even taken off the all-time highs yet, right? So what if it takes out the all-time highs similar to NVIDIA? Could be a ways to go on Amazon. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, this is for educational purposes only, and hopefully a little entertaining from time to time as well. So that's Amazon. Microsoft, ultra bullish, took out the all-time highs over here, right? And probably got to put on those Abercrombie and Fitch targets that we've been talking about, but it's ultra bullish, making all-time highs. Tesla, still bearish, right? Tesla is still bearish and below the 200-week moving average. Has not taken out the all-time highs. It's still bearish. We'll see if this gives us a next possible longer-term buy the dip scenario on Tesla. It's still bearish as of right now, so it's not a buy for me right now. The daily chart, though, could be finding bottom. It's possible it's putting in a higher low. It was oversold, right? It was oversold. You can see the candles were ultra bearish and it was getting oversold. So we will see. It'll take some time to play out. It'll have to regain the trending dots, regain a downward trend line, all that stuff, right? So it's got some time to play out on Tesla because it could go lower, right? It's possible it goes lower. Apple already took out the all-time highs, came back down. Looks like it put in a higher low and shot straight back up, challenging the new all-time highs of 2023 could be in the near future. We will see. We'll be watching, waiting for it. And on the weekly chart, it's still bullish as well, right? Bullish on the weekly chart, bullish on the daily chart. And Google is, hey, if the chart can't keep up with me, then I'm going to move on to the next chart. So Google is at all-time highs. Yep, it's challenging all-time highs as we speak right now. So it could be taking out the all-time highs. Weekly chart is still bullish. And so I'll probably have to put on some Abercrombie and Fitch targets over here, possibly target 1, possibly target 2, up in the 200s. We don't know. Be amazing to see some of these Magnificent Seven stocks go much higher, become ultra bullish on the weekly charts as well. And then hopefully we get that full bull run after Bitcoin is done correcting, after the crypto assets are done correcting, and then it'd be awesome to take out the all-time high and then come up and hit some of those Abercrombie and Fitch targets, which is up around the $100,000 Bitcoin. We have other reasons at $114,000, and then the second Abercrombie and Fitch target would be up around 125, 130, right? So we're not calling potential of 1 million or anything like that. We'll see if Bitcoin plays out like that. So let's see. Anything to report on SP 500? Nope. Weekly chart is ultra bullish. Took out the all-time high. Probably need to put on some Abercrombie and Fitch targets. The dollar kind of holding, still bearish on the weekly chart, but the daily chart did have a bounce, right? And hit 2 of there was a target down here as well. So hit 3 of the 4 targets to the upside. Could be finding support at the trending dots and could continue higher, but too early to say as of right now. Still currently bullish on the daily chart while being bearish on the weekly chart. So 10-year yields still bullish on the daily chart, getting a retracement going right now. Has hit 1 of 4 targets so far. We will see if it continues upwards, but the US 10-year yield is bullish as of right now. The VIX, we don't know if it's putting in another higher low over here, a low, higher low, possible double bottom, another possible higher low. It could continue to do that, right? It could continue to do that. So it's only hit 1 of the 4 targets to the upside so far. We will see if it does more than that, but currently bearish on the daily chart, right? So that's what we're kind of watching over here. Let's flip over to gold, and then we'll start looking at everyone's requests, right? On Crypto Town Hall, I think it was Mike. Mike mentioned that gold was going to outperform Bitcoin, possibly, right? And I disagree with Mike, right? So Mike was saying that on Crypto Town Hall, and as of right now, gold is also going through a correction similar to Bitcoin. It is probably outperforming it to the downside because it's not correcting as much as Bitcoin. But I think Bitcoin will, since it corrects more, it could pump more. So down 6%, and it was down as low as 8% at one time. So obviously it doesn't pump as hard and it doesn't dump as hard. But gold is still bearish. It's hit 1 target so far. And what I've been pointing out is that silver is currently below the 200-week moving average. And now silver is possibly breaking out on the daily chart. It's currently still below the trailing dots, but it might be breaking out of this downward trend line that we mapped out a while back. And so if it regains the downward trend line, regains the trending dots, and then start to see a buy signal on silver, it could be leading the way. Again, it was leading the way to the downside. December 4th kind of peaked out over there. And we'll see if it starts to regain it and gets back above. So could be leading the way to the downside on gold. You see it kind of peaked out December 4th as well, but it's outperforming silver because it's not all the way back down here. Doesn't mean it couldn't come back down and hit target 2 or target 3 or lower, but silver could be regaining and reversing back around. So we'll continue to watch it. But on the next possible buy the dip scenario, whether it's silver, gold, or Bitcoin, in my personal opinion, I think I think Bitcoin outperforms gold, and that's just my personal opinion. It usually does outperform from a swing trading standpoint, outperforms gold not only to the upside but also to the downside by correcting with a bigger percentage to the downside. So that's about it. We'll circle back. We'll start looking. Oh, one other thing, Netflix, huge gap up, right? Huge gap up. It's starting to go parabolic as well. Remember, it took out the all-time highs of July over here, back here in December 2023, consolidated right around the all-time highs, and now it gapped up huge after earnings, right? So sometimes they gap it down on positive earnings, and sometimes they gap it up on positive earnings. So it's a 50-50 chance, unless you're an insider or you know which way they're going to pump it. But it reached all the way up to 16% in one day overnight while everybody was sleeping. So with that, 631 Skim, long time market sniper over there since day one in the Discord. Long time Twitter X app follow over there. Good to see you back here on the live stream. Gold bugs can't even outperform inflation. Yep, right. I don't continue to buy gold, right? I have gold and silver, but it's too hard to buy and sell it, right? So it's not as so I do have a little bit, but I'm not a gold bug by any means whatsoever because it's basically it's been a paperweight, really. So yeah, could it hold its value against the dollar if it crashes? Yeah, it could, but so could Bitcoin and several other things. So uh gold was worth more in 1980 in real terms. Yeah, probably worth a lot more. But then what happens is gold ETFs come out, right? Then what happens? Gold futures comes out. And then what happens is gold, paper gold, with all the ETFs, all the futures, all the trading instruments built around gold, paper gold is created, and then they can indefinitely suppress price indefinitely, right? So I'm not saying they are, I'm just saying that they could, right? So yeah, a little physical in case the internet goes out is good. Yeah. Yeah. But, or ammunition, right? Whatever you got. So it's always good to have a backup plan and then a backup plan and a backup plan and a backup plan. Yep. Great points. So that's Netflix, right? So don't want to be a perma bear, don't want to be a perma bull, no matter what the asset is, Netflix, whatever, no matter the reasons why. There's bigger players out there that will push it up after hours, pre-market, post-market, and they'll use the news to their advantage, right? So we can't do anything about it. We can only do our best to trade the charts based off of what we see. Even though there is bigger players that are running the markets, right? So we can still carve out our own earnings and winnings based off of what we see on the chart. So that's what we do. We stay in our lane, and that's what we're going to continue to do moving forward. So Netflix pumping hard, gapped up again, gapped up back here. So if they can't get price higher, they'll just gap it up on you, right? So if they can't turn price around, they'll turn price around when everyone is sleeping and wipe everyone out with their options. Gold bugs check out. Doc Blind Frog Ranch. Not sure what that is. Be positive. Let's keep going over here. Let's stay in the charts. What else? 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 Anything else jumps out? All right. So we're gonna switch over to the comments, and we'll start going into some of these requests over here. Let's see. Tesla John, can you cover Litecoin? Sure, we'll cover Litecoin right now. We'll cover Litecoin. I know I have it on here, but let's just pull it up over here. Litecoin. Let's take a look at it. This is the daily chart, right? Only hit this one target to the upside. Only hit one target to the upside. Never hit target two, or hit two targets to the upside. I haven't looked at this chart in a while. Let's see. Let's change that over here. Yeah, it only hit two targets to the upside from that potential breakout. I didn't trade it personally, and then came all the way back down, right? So not doing much. It was still bearish on the daily chart. There is a pending reversal candle, but it's bearish on the daily chart. Never hit target 3 or target 4, right? Only hit 2 of the targets to the upside. Hasn't retested the 200-week moving average since July. Weekly chart, still bearish on the weekly chart. You got a low over here, June 2022, possible higher low, another possible higher low over here on the weekly chart. Too early to say, but it's possible it puts in another higher low, but it's still bearish on the weekly chart. And so probably looking at like higher probability, you know, price starts to, over the coming weeks, maybe price starts to break out and makes a move back up from that. But it's not something that I'm interested in personally on trading Litecoin, but that's Litecoin, right? So, and the reason why it didn't do amazing like some of the other crypto assets, if I was going to trade crypto assets outside of Bitcoin, right? Then it's the ones that I kind of showed you already on the live stream. But 600%, it's still nothing to like, roll your eyes at. But if I was going to trade, if I wanted 500-600%, I would just trade Bitcoin, right? And maybe throw on leverage, right? Whether it's futures or options futures, whatever you're into, or leverage if you're outside of the US now. So anyways, that's Litecoin. But yeah, it's still bearish on the weekly chart, still bearish on the daily chart. And we will see. We will see on Litecoin. What else? Oh, looks like it's found support, held a 200-day EMA monthly and big spikes. Yeah, possibly. Thank you, Vince. You got it. Yep. What else? Any other requests? Sorry for joining late. Allah, Sabi. Hopefully I said that correctly. Sabi, Allah, Sabi. I don't know. I apologize for my pronunciations, but can we check BNX? Yeah, we can check it. I think people have already asked me to check it. And you're looking at crypto, I'm assuming. Is it crypto? Just kind of let me know. If everyone could let me know if it's crypto, stocks, because I think I've seen a BNX stock before as well. Let me know. And then that way I'm charting the right asset. And then give me more details. Like, are you longing? Are you shorting? What are you into? But here is BNX. And there's not a ton of chart history on the BNX Binance chart. So the weekly chart can't really offer us anything. So if we look at the daily chart, similar to a lot of other crypto assets where it went through this pump up and this rally, right, all the way up to 38 cents. Most likely this is bearish divergence, similar to other crypto assets. Let's see. No, not bearish divergence. It was overbought, but not bearish divergence, right? So that's something that's a little bit different. And so eyeball test, you could probably see like target 1, target 2, probably target 3, and then target 4. Still bearish on the daily chart. Like in Aladdin, thinking of buying spot for higher time frame. Oh, got it. Yeah, I mean, it's still bearish on the daily chart right now, and still bearish on the weekly chart, but there's not enough chart history, right? There's not a lot of chart history. So it's possible you can see some lower prices over here, but I can't really add too much value on it. Daily chart, let's see the 2-day chart, see if there's anything. Sell signal there. There was bearish divergence on the 2-day chart, right? In my opinion, that was cleared out. Didn't see it on the daily chart, but yeah, you could see it could still go lower, right? It could still go lower. So maybe you kind of draw it out. It's kind of hard to draw with that huge wick up there like that. Maybe you kind of draw it out like that, right? So maybe the next possible buy the dip scenario is over here, wherever that is. And maybe you're looking at like eyeball tests, like retracement target 1, target 2, target 3, target 4, like that, something like that. And so possibly lower prices. Woo! Not sure if that helps. Let me know if you have any follow-up questions. Do you think Coinbase is becoming oversold on the daily? Dallas White, we can take a look at it. Yep, got it. All right. I'm so late to the party. Sorry. No problem, Dallas. No problem. We need the replay crew too. We need the replay crew. They're really good at smashing the like button. The live crew is really good as well, but the replay crew is really good at smashing that like button. So I appreciate them over there. And to our sponsors, we don't have any. We don't have any sponsors, but to our sponsors, oh yeah, we don't have any. Go and sign up for the free newsletter over there. We put our latest one 2 days ago, and Bitcoin is on sale, right? That was our latest one. We talked about Bitcoin, crypto, some stocks, and opportunity alerts or follow-ups follow up on the opportunity alerts. We're trying to put out at least once per week, sometimes 2 or 3 times, but we don't want to bombard you with emails, and we don't want to overflood your inbox, because I don't like it when people do that to me. So, but at least once per week, we're doing a longer write-up over there. So definitely go check it out over there. And so that's that. But that's BNX. Let's look at Coinbase for you. Dallas. Coinbase, where are you? Where are you? I think it's up here somewhere. Let's take a look at Coinbase. Is it getting oversold? You're asking. Let's see. All right, let me just type it in. Coin. Right? There we go. Is it getting oversold is the question. The indicator on the 2-day chart is not. The 2-day, the daily chart, it's not oversold per the indicator. It could be finding like bottom, but let's see. No, still bearish, right? Still bearish to the downside. That was a massive pump up on coin. Hit 2 out of the 4 longer term targets, as you can see, and just came up short from hitting longer term target 3 by like $5. What was it? Yeah, about $5. Came up short of hitting longer term target 3. And then there was bearish divergence going back to November 28th, right? So the bearish divergence has been cleared. Looks like multiple eyeball targets have been hit to the downside, right? I'd have to map it out probably. But the bearish divergence has been cleared. It could be finding support. I kind of mapped out this bear flag as well. That looked very similar to like MicroStrategy and stuff like that. So if you kind of map it out like that, right, probably come out like that. So maybe target 4, it comes back down to target 4, but the bearish divergence has been cleared out. Could be finding bottom around here, right? I'll have to map out the real targets. Those are just kind of eyeball targets. And so I'll have to map that out. But kind of looking at it, just kind of replaying it again through my mind, it looks like target 1, target 2, probably target 3, and then probably got target 4 down here. And that would line up with a possible bear flag. So it might not be done. It might just be kind of letting the trending dots kind of catch up. You can see the trending dots kind of catching up. And it could pump back up like that and then finish back down here like that, and then start to find support, possibly at target 4, wherever that is. I'd have to map it out, but it's not oversold, right? The candles would actually tell us if it's starting to get oversold, in my opinion, and the indicator's opinion, right? So it was getting overbought with these orange candles, and if once it's getting oversold, it would let's see. Once it's getting oversold, it tells you as well, right? So you'll see the candles will be like this lighter blue when it's getting oversold, just as if the candles are overbought, and it can remain overbought, as you can see. But when it's overbought, the candles will actually tell you. So it's currently not oversold. That's the answer to your question. So that's what it is, kind of just waiting and watching for the next possible wide dip scenario. If this bear flag price target works out, it would line up most likely with a target 3 or target 4 to the downside over there. Yep. Buy high, sell low. Nope. Do you have a trial for the indicator? I don't. It's $29 a month. We don't lock you into anything long term, so you can cancel anytime, right? But no, we don't have a free trial. I'm a one-man operation, so it's too hard to manage it all. So we don't have a free trial. It's just, if you want in, it's a $29 risk, right? $29 risk. And if you want out after the $29, whatever, then I'll cancel you out. Just send me an email, whatever. It's best to send me an email because I have it all laid out in the email, and I check that daily. So and if I don't see your email after a day, feel free to email me again. I'm not trying to hold your money and your subscription hostage. I hate that when people do that. And I don't lock you in for a year. I don't have any yearly plans, and I don't and we don't want to hold your money hostage. So if you don't find value and you don't want to be a part of the community and find value in the sharpshooter indicators and all that, in my daily posts in the chart section and all that stuff, then cancel. right? Then cancel. That's up to you. But no, I don't have a free trial because it's too hard to manage, my man. I think it's just my patience being tested. I just don't want to give too much profit back shorting. Oh, on Coinbase? Yeah. Well, it's good to have a remember, I think it's a buy the dip scenario. So if you did short it, I think it's a good idea to take profits along the way, whether it's target 1, target 2, target 3, or you're waiting for target 4. But and usually my strategy is if I'm shorting it, I'm waiting for a higher probability that it's flipping back around and try to push the trade as long as possible. And also depends when you got in. If you got in late or you got in early, right? If you got in early on the short or you shorted the lower high, then you're probably in a pretty good position already. Like say this is a lower high and it starts to come down. You're already probably pretty good into the short already. And so at what point do you lock in profits and or maybe take some off the table, lock in those profits, treat it like a business, not a get rich quick scheme. If you treat it like a business, say you're selling goods, right? Well, if you're selling goods, you don't want to sell a bunch of hats, let's say, right? And then you don't collect any of the profits, right? You don't want to just do it for no reason. You want to actually be profitable as a swing trading business, and you want to take profits along the way. So, whatever your strategy is, it's got to be laid out in the beginning. Have contingency plans, and know when you're right, know when you're wrong, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. Man, Jesse, brother, bring in the fire today. You got it. Rick's Moneymakers Health in 51 minutes in. I don't think we'll be switching the hat on backwards today. I don't think we're going to go over an hour. So we're going to keep it to under an hour. And thank you. We'll sub soon. Awesome. 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 I don't think you'll be disappointed. In my opinion, it's worth a lot more, but we're going to keep that price low. And then once you're in, you get that legacy pricing. We still have many market snipers. I think about 40%. Allah Sabi, Sabi. Sorry if I'm messing that up. About 40% of all subscribers have been there more than a year, right? So that speaks for itself, right? So 40% of all subscribers have been there for a year. So guess what? They're on the lower pricing tier. They're paying $19 a month. The current price is $29 a month. So it's not a sales pitch that as more tools and more members come in, the prices are going to go higher because we don't want 10,000 people in the Discord, right? It's a small but mighty Discord, and I don't want it to, it sounds crazy, right? But I don't want 10,000. So we're going to try to keep it tailored. There will be, we want to keep the pricing low, but there is legacy pricing. So if you get in early, like 40% of the snipers did that are still there today, they're at $19 a month. And there was no tools back then, right? There was no indicator when they joined, and now there's indicators. There's other things going on too. So with that, let's keep going. Will NVIDIA overlap Microsoft? Maybe. I don't know. We're just watching targets right now, 4K mods. So with that, thank you for all of your support. I appreciate you. Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. Go follow the indicator newsletter over here. It's free. It used to be a paid newsletter, but we canceled the paid memberships more than a year ago, and we went free, fully free 1 year ago. So definitely go follow me over there, and we'll send you a full write-up at least once per week directly to your inbox. So I would appreciate that. And hope you have a good rest of your day. And we will not have a live stream tomorrow. I know. I'm sad. I'm all choked up over here. We're not going to have a live stream tomorrow. I'm holding back the tears. No, I'm kidding. But we won't have a live stream. I will be traveling to Minnesota, and my flight leaves early. So my flight leaves early. We will be gone, and hopefully we get good weather on the plane. And we're going to the cold weather territory, and hopefully it's not ice cold over there. So with that, no live stream tomorrow. Probably not a live stream Friday. I'm not sure if we will have a lot. Maybe I can sneak in a live stream Friday, but I don't know the internet situation over there in Minnesota. It might be frozen, right? It might be frozen internet. We don't know. So I don't think we'll be able to do a regular live stream, but I will be bringing my laptop with me, and maybe we'll do like some sort of shorter version on the live stream, maybe 15, 20 minutes, see how it goes, see if the internet can handle it. And if not, we'll just call it, right? But the streak will be ended again tomorrow. So with that, hope you have a good rest of your day and possibly a good rest of your weekend. And I will be with grandma and my mom and the rest of the family over there in Minnesota. Thank you. See you on the next one.